Let me make one thing clear. Chris, I don't want to ever hear ever again about the Knicks losing 15 straight games since 2017 against the Sixers. It's done. It's over. Losing streak's gone. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care if you're a Philly fan saying, yeah, but Ben Simmons didn't play, so we don't know if Ben Simmons is ever going to play for y'all again. And if he does, I don't want to hear it. Y'all still lost. Do you understand the last time we beat you guys was this game right here?
Maurice Endor, he hits the jumper. The Knicks lead 114-113. Now the Knicks win it at MSG 114-113.
I bet you some of y'all couldn't even name who that was. I'm over it. I'm glad that it's done. And on top of that, 3-1, baby. Bing bong. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go. 3-1. We beat another solid team. I don't care what you want to say about with Ben Simmons, without Ben Simmons. The Philadelphia 76ers are still a playoff team that's going to be in the race. I have other things I want to talk about, from the play of Kemba Walker making his appearance, making it known that he is here. He is a New York Knick. This was his New York Knick game, and he's probably going to have another one at some point this season. We saw a very balanced offense from everybody on this team, and then we also have a big game coming up tomorrow that we have to get ready for. Let's go, baby. 3-1. I'm ready for it. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K. Welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Follow me over on Twitch. We are live streaming tonight, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. You know the vibe. And also, though, go subscribe to the Coast to Coast channel, where we are doing a live show every week on Sundays. Go there. You don't want to miss the NBA show on Coast to Coast. Now, let's talk about this game, man. Knicks versus Sixers, a game that was anticipated, because regardless of who was playing at point guard or not, the 76ers have always had a one-up on us, at least for the last 4 years. And we've talked about it at the top, and I don't want to ever hear about it again, but I'm going to say it one last time. They've had this 15-game streak against us. That's home and away. Just in general, we had a hard time beating this team. Last year, we came really close in the overtime thriller to the point where we still ended up losing. All right, it's over now. The Knicks did what they had to do, and they won this game, and they won it in a very, very, very commanding fashion. I mean, it fizzled off a little bit in that fourth quarter, but to start off the game the way we started, it was 26-23. It looked like the Knicks were going to, it was going to be a back and forth battle. We were struggling a little bit to get the ball in the hoop, but then that second quarter, that's when we took flight. We kept them to only 16 points in that second quarter, as we then went off for 39 points. The second unit doing what the second unit does. They looked fluid. The ball was moving. The ball was fizzing. Everything that you want to see from this team was happening at a high level in that second quarter, and then we just followed suit from there. They did outscore us in the third and the fourth, but barely. In that third quarter, they only outscored us by 2 points. In that fourth quarter, they only outscored us by 5 points. So we were able to survive and keep the lead, even though it did get a little shaky and dicey there in that fourth quarter. We survived. And one of the key moments too is, our defense started to get a little bit too comfortable, and Knicks in the past, and we talked about this on post game last night. It's funny because we have that PTSD. Normally in those kind of games, in the fourth quarter, a shot by Tyrese Maxey, a wide open shot at the top of the three, a shot like that would normally go in against us, and that's the kind of shot that blows our confidence, and then the other team proceeds to then catch up on us. But not only did Tyrese Maxey miss that shot, we then got the ball and then proceeded to get a 3-point play of our own on the other side, which secured our lead, and in my opinion, secured our win. Those are the kind of things that I look at when it comes to the New York Knicks, that at least this season, and as we saw last season, that is the difference maker from Knicks that you saw in recent decades, compared to the teams that are going on right now. Right now, the Knicks are playing to win, and we are going to play for the kill. That's important, especially when we have a balanced attack like we did last night, and we have guys that know when it's that time they can take over. Kemba Walker, last night was his night. Julius Randle was doing what he had to do throughout the game, but Kemba Walker, last night was his night to be the killer. We saw Derrick Rose gave a good effort in that last game, even though we lost against Orlando Magic. Derrick Rose was the one with the hot hand, and he tried to help us out. Julius Randle was trying to help in spurts. But in this game, we saw Kemba Walker never take his foot off the gas in this game with 19 points. Derrick Rose still, to me, played really tremendous off of the bench. He did exactly what he needed to do. The assists were down, yes, but at the same time, when we needed that pickup in that second quarter, like I mentioned, Derrick Rose was the one that led the way, and the rest followed. Emmanuel quickly had a solid game. Obi Toppin back to his normal stats and doing what he was doing all season long. The guys just looked good. It was a balanced attack. I'm going to put this box score on here, and you can see that there are 0 flaws on this box score. If you want to try and talk about RJ Barrett, I'm not hearing it. You could talk about, even Taj Gibson coming back with his 4 points. The entire box score, this is a good look at the box score. I would love to see us put up a little bit more points. Right now, we're 3rd or 4th in the NBA in points right now, and I want to keep that trend going that direction. I feel like if we can have a combination of our defense and the offense going that it's the way it has been to start off the season, we'll be a very, very hard team to beat. But at the same time, like, to have a balanced attack like that, it's great. It's really, really, really nice to see. Y'all know my favorite stat is the assist. I had a whole segment in my last video talking about the assist. This game, the assist was very important for us, and we moved the ball, and that's why we were able to get the lead that we had and keep the lead that we had. It was great ball movement. Now, as good as the offense was, we have to take some time to talk about the defense, because Mitchell Robinson, I had said it, the one thing I was looking forward to in this matchup was the matchup between newly big boned weight on Mitchell Robinson, because Mitchell Robinson, we know he's been thrown around by centers in the league, and we saw when we did not have Mitchell Robinson last season how Nerlens Noel did a great job, but in certain one-on-one instances it was not going to be it didn't go our way. But this was our first test against a marquee center in the NBA in Joel Embiid, and when they stood next to each other, you didn't really know who was who. Outside of the jersey color, Mitchell Robinson was looking just as big and just as built as Joel Embiid standing next to each other. And it showed during the game, because Joel Embiid was sent to prison in this game. When's the last time you could tell me Joel Embiid only put up 7 shots, and then on top of that only made 2 of them? Now, he did get to the free throw line a lot. He went 10 for 11 for the free throw line, which is where he got his 10 of his 14 points. But outside that, from the field, he was pretty much useless. 5 turnovers and only 6 rebounds for Joel Embiid, while on the other side, Mitchell Robinson, who on his end, he only had 7 points, but focusing on defense, he did a tremendous job. I feel like Mitchell Robinson was in his bag defensively, and this is the defensive anchor that we were missing last season. Yes, we had the rim protection, but at the same time, when it came to, can you stop this guy who was killing us? When it comes to Clint Capella, Joel Embiid, Jokic, like other guys that we're going to be seeing down the line, Mitchell Robinson is showing that he's ready for that assignment, and he did a great job with that yesterday, and I'm really excited about that. I think Tobias Harris was going to have his game. He has been having a good season so far, but I still think we did a good job at tempering the main guy in Joel Embiid and doing what we had to do. Now, George Niang, there's always going to be one random player that always goes off against us, and Niang's night was last night, but I'm not really too worried about that. But for the most part, for the Knicks to do what we did, shoot the ball the way we shot the ball, and then defend the way that we defended the ball, I'm really happy with it. That was a great overall game, and it's not like we just played the Magic. That was the Sixers. I love seeing that. And now, speaking of our competition, we have a game against one of the only undefeated teams left in the league, in the Chicago Bulls. Now, I'm on record saying, although they have my point guard and I love what Lonzo Ball is doing for that team, I'm on record saying that I don't think the Bulls are going to be all that this season. Now, I'm not going to give them credit yet, because they really haven't had a true test, and in one of their kind of tests, because I think the Raptors are a lot better of a younger team than a lot of people give credit for, they barely survived that game, and they almost tried to give that game away at the end of that game. So how is it going to be when they play someone that I feel like is in the same tier as them with our New York Knicks? I think the Knicks and the Bulls are in tier, but I have the Knicks edging them out a little bit. We'll see in tomorrow's game, but I think that this is going to be a lot of fun for many reasons. The Knicks so far this season have played transition basketball and played it really well, so much to the point where the Sixers looked gassed in that point yesterday, and Doc Rivers had to go deep into his bench. Isaiah Joe played in this game because how tired his starters were looking throughout this entire game. So will this transition game translate against a team like the Bulls, who has been also thriving on transition play? The Bulls have no size outside of Vucevic, so they're forced to play fast, especially when you have a point guard in Lonzo Ball. You have a guy like Zach LaVine that can run the floor. So they're going to play fast, and we're going to be tested on how well our transition game is. It for real? You know, with Tom Thibodeau, he's never been known to be a transition type of coach. Now we have to see how real that's going to be against another team that plays just as fast. This is the first test against another fast-paced team. How are we going to are we gonna be able to keep up with them? Is this who we truly are? Is that going to be our identity? Like I said, in these 20 games, we're finding out what our identity is. We know down the line the defense is going to be our identity. I know it's been a little shaky to start, but I truly believe that defense will in fact be our identity. But what else offensively? Is it going to be that pace? Is it only going to be the 3-ball? I really think that transition ball is going to be our identity this season, and I think it's going to be fun to see how it matches up against the Bulls. So Thursday night's game, I'm excited for. I think it's going to be fun, and I really expect to win. I really do expect to win. I think they're just going to have matchup problems against us, and I think that we're going to expose them with their whole 4-0 record. And also, there's rumors right now that Zach LaVine has a left thumb injury. He had an MRI, so I don't know if he's playing on Thursday or if it's going to slow him down on Thursday. Whatever the case may be, we're excited for the matchup. Y'all know I'm looking to see what Lonzo Ball is going to do against us. I want to see what DeMar DeRozan, and if we put RJ Barrett on DeMar DeRozan, or if he puts him on Zach LaVine, what's the matchup going to look like? It's going to be a fun game. But regardless, we took this dub against the Sixers. Bring on the Bulls. It's going to be a good week. We're 3-1. 3-1. Number 1 in our division. Brooklyn Nets, y'all number 2. Cry about it. 3-1. We up top our division. I love to see that. But what were the things that you guys were looking at in this game? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. What are you looking for in the next game against the Bulls? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. It's been your boy CK. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Coast to Coast. Follow me on Twitch, and also join the Discord so you can be a part of the conversation. We have a lot of stuff going on there. We be talking about music. We talking about the Knicks. We be talking about other NBA teams. It's a vibe on the Discord. Come and join. Be a part of that. We're out of here, y'all. Catch you guys in the next video. Let's get it. 3-1. I'm hyped up. But I really want to see this Bulls game. I'm really excited to see how we pair up against the Bulls on Thursday. All right? See you guys after that one. I'm out of here.
Cold pizza like Tuesday. I got food up in the fridge. Y'all keep looking for that new wave. I think I like it how it is.